Hello everybody, this is Shirley Henderson from sharework.com, and today's episode of Share's podcast is a recapitulation of two articles that I wrote. One is Student Loan Forgiveness, Cancellation, Discharge, and Free Education by Shirley Henderson, and the other is How to Potentially Cancel Student Loan Debt, Get a Student Loan Payment Tax Credit, and Free College Tuition in 3 Steps by Shirley Henderson. So let me tell you how all started. Everything started since I was reading a tweet that said, this girl, they were talking about student debt and stuff, and I've been listening for the past 3 years that people are very discouraged to go to school because of the cost, the financial burden that it represents, because few generations before them, they have a huge amount of debt and they don't have a job and they have this debt and the financial burden is horrible. People, they're becoming impoverished for this education and they don't have jobs. And so what do you learn? Like if you're, you learn that you don't want to go to school because it sucks, because it's bad, because you cannot have a house, because you cannot rent a nice place, you don't have vacations, you don't have a good Christmas, you can't enjoy a nice dinner in a restaurant, you cannot buy the jeans that you want to have, your life sucks. And so this is what I read on the tweet. She said, we're trying to, I went to school because I have these amazing grades, and she passed directly with she was granted free tuition because of her grades on her SATs, but her brother did not. So if he wanted to have an education, he needed to pay student loans and request student loans. And so they were trying to convince his father to not send his brother to school, and that just broke my heart, you guys. I was like, that would suck if I try to put myself and be empathetic with the brother. I mean, imagine, he doesn't know. He is this young guy who never been to school, and he doesn't know their life and everything in the future. And unfortunately, things are like this right now, that if you want to have a better life, you need to have an education. And I don't care if I did this, that's what it is. Like if you're gonna get a job, there's a line of 50 people in front of you and the robot. Oh, let me tell you about the robot, because I only have 5 more minutes. So this robot guy who works in Walmart, it's scanning he scans really fast. I mean, he's very efficient. I'm not gonna complain about that. He does his job amazing. It's a very nice robot that is ready 20 days or 2 months from the assembly line to the job site. He's not requested experience. He's not requesting a 1-year internship. He's not requesting training. He doesn't have student loans. He doesn't have 4-year student loans, because if you want to have his job, if there's like 1 million people in front of you, who are you going to hire? The guy with the 4-year education, right? Because he's more responsible. That education tells you that you are responsible, you're more intelligent, and that's why you go to school, because they prepare you for that. And I'm not saying this is the status quo. That's what everybody thinks. You have an education, you're smart. Yes? And you might get the job if there's no robot. Now, the thing about the robot, I think that industries that are getting these robots should pay taxes too. I think the robot is making money for the company, and it's creating profit for the economy and the industries, and it needs to pay jobs. So this is how the potentially cancel student loan debt, get a student loan payment tax credit, and free college tuition comes in, because it is possible with all this, the money that these robots are generating. And when these industries, they're getting huge tax cuts and incentives for research and development of those robots and that AR, artificial intelligence. And I think that isn't it worth our human intelligence to have those tax incentives as well? I think yes. And the only way that we can do it is if we come together and we make bills such as the ones that I make and I create for you. Go to my blog, sharework.com, and read them first. Read them. If you agree with them, print it and send them out. I have the link for the directory of Congress people and the Senate so they can read it and they can see the truth, what's going on. Because the only beneficiary here is the banking industry, who is charging this huge interest. Like, I read these trees that people say, I pay so much in interest. I mean, what I owe, it's so little and I'm paying so much in interest. So this needs to end. This needs to end. Seriously. The Constitution and our country is made for the people, by the people, but if the people don't talk, and if the people don't request, it's going to keep being the same. That's why in 2008, the program, TARP program, granted the bailout, because they bring the lawyers and they bring people who push these bills to Congress. Okay, we don't have lawyers and nobody's caring for this 1.5 trillion student loan debt. So this is what has to happen. You, your grandma, your sister, your nephew, your daughter, every human being that is interested in having a education development and a better life needs to send these bills out to Congress. It's the only way things is going to happen. It's the only way we're going to create the change. And this guy, the brother of this girl who are trying to change his mind not to go to school, he can have this opportunity to go to school. I don't want, because this is the situation. People say, oh, no, school is not necessary. It is necessary. The human brain, it is not as capable as you think it is. It is not this, not everybody is a genius. Not everybody is more than a genius, and a person who by themselves has the discipline to learn by themselves. Not everybody is that. Everybody likes to go to parties and likes to go to music festivals and hang out and everything. And we can't have, right now, I remember that the student, the elite schools and everything, yes, there's a huge talk about it right now on the news. And I think that when the student, when it becomes free, like it happens on the state of Tennessee, it is free. On the state of Maine, there's for student loan payments, there's tax credit. They give you they refund you the money, and the potential bailout can be done as well. And I think that when you have a free tuition in school, the incentives for the bribes to get admitted, they disappear. Right? They're not. So there's a lot of things that need to be changed, especially like the internship. That needs to go. You cannot compete with a 2-month robot and a 4-year degree plus internship and then no. Right now we're not competing for the elite. We're not competing against social classes anymore. We're not competing with social classes anymore, you guys. We're competing with AR, with robots. So we need to create a new student reform. It needs to be reformed, everything. So I wish you all the luck to you guys. I really want this to be, but you need to talk. You need to speak up, like when you have the opportunity and to talk with these people who can make the change. Do so, and things will get better. But we have to talk. We need to communicate adequately. We have to speak up. Thank you so much. My name is Shirley Henderson, and I am on the side of humankind, and I want to see you succeed in every area of your life, and see you guys back. Thank you so much. Subscribe to my newsletter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's it, you guys. See you later.